being that our brain is actually like a computer, and our beliefs, the things that we've been taught, are the software that is running on the computer that allows you to navigate this computer. It is very likely that you have formed some level of attachment to a belief that you have, to a way of being that you have. And oftentimes these beliefs and these ways of being are not that of our own. So, for example, the belief that we must be in a state of improvement, right? This is the way of the world. We are improving, we are optimizing, we are doing all these different things to be better, to be greater. And I myself really appreciate this. I actually became obsessed with improving myself because I was in such a low state of being when I was going through depression, or when I was just having anxiety about things that were basic, that were normal, that I didn't understand why I was struggling with things that look easy for everybody else. So yeah, I started learning about self-help books and seeking knowledge, seeking wisdom, so that I could come to a centered place within myself, so I could come to a place of self-acceptance and self-love, real self-love, actual self-love, not the kind where I just allow myself to self-destruct. I do what I know is going to make me feel numb, or what is going to make me feel better only for a moment, and then I just crash out later and end up feeling like I'm spiraling downwards, right? This up and down, this endless roller coaster of really high highs and really low lows. This was not sustainable for me, and it is likely that it's not sustainable for you. So as I've opened these doors to find helpful tools, books, seminars, whatever it is, to help myself, I have realized that there's so much value in taking time for yourself. There's so much value in sitting in silence and enjoying your life, doing things that are fruitful, that are what you genuinely love to do. And spending time in nature is essential. So there's so much clarity that arises when you actually take the time to sit with yourself in nature. And this is where I realized that the program itself that comes from the world, the program or the software that gets implanted that comes from the world, that is telling you that you must improve or you must do all these things to be better, is an attachment that I have formed to my own belief, to this program. And largely I have created this, or I have refined this program, and in such a way where I can relate harmoniously, in such a way where I feel good about it. But often we are running programs in our minds that are not even in alignment with what you actually do. And there is a lack of awareness of what you truly want in your heart. So operating through your heart space is a completely different experience. And it is so easy to get so caught up in your mind about what is right and what is wrong in the world, especially when people are teaching you at a very early age to be in a particular way that would satisfy them, that wouldn't actually satisfy you and what you actually value. And do you actually know what you value? Can you really believe that you yourself actually value that? Or are you unsure? Oftentimes, we don't even realize that we have formed attachments to programs, to ideals, to ways of being that don't resonate with what we truly want within our heart. But when our mind is louder than our heart, we cannot hear what our heart has to say. When we are only operating within the mind, we are not able to sense what arises intuitively as you take time to sit in silence, as you take time to do what you love to do. right? You can be doing something that you love to do, and then for some reason you have like a 5-minute span where you're just not doing anything. You're just sitting silently, and this is where your ideas come from. This is where your mind is asking you for a moment to just be, to just exist and not be constantly stimulated. This happens all the time when you're listening to music, or you're engaging in like some kind of a podcast, and then you find yourself not even listening, and you find yourself going blank, or you find yourself listening, you have your headphones in but your music isn't playing. This is an indication that your mind needs a break, right? Or you're playing video games and then you're taking like a 15-minute pause, you're just sitting in your chair, you don't even realize what's going on, just staring off into space. These moments of stillness are essential because this is where things naturally arise from. Those heart space desires, your mind is naturally silencing because your heart is able to speak louder. This is just an example. I'm not saying this is happening every single time, but really what I'm communicating is that operating solely within the mind without having awareness of your heart, without having awareness of what you are truly feeling in your heart and your soul, can be very destructive and can lead you down this path where you are unwilling to let go of your own perspective. You are unwilling to look outside of your own box, the box that you have created for yourself. And there are so many different perspectives and ways of life that you can open your heart to, that you can open your mind to understand, hey, maybe this isn't necessarily what I need right now. Maybe this isn't the only way of life. This program is only going to allow you to see within those confines. So I'm asking you to look outside of the box. I'm asking you to really play with this idea as you move forward in your day. At least have the awareness to open yourself more and to open yourself to the idea, or to play with the idea that perhaps everything that you think isn't absolute. Everything that you believe isn't the only way, isn't even what serves you on any level. Imagine you have a belief or a way of life that you are just, there's no way that you would never do it. And if somebody proposed to you to, not do it for a day, you would just freak out. It would trigger you. It would make your nervous system feel uneasy, because that is how deeply embedded this program is into your vessel. So you're not even capable of going beyond that. So this is why when you're in this path of expansion, whether you're expanding your capacity for love, or you're expanding your capacity for enjoyment, or you're expanding your capacity for actually being able to embody the possibilities that you see for yourself, or that you see others reflect to you. You could easily find yourself locked into some kind of a loop that doesn't feel fulfilling anymore. Or you're locked into some kind of a loop where you are confused, because I'm doing my best, I'm doing everything in my power, why isn't anything changing? Or I'm doing my best and I'm doing everything in my power, why don't I feel like I'm seeing anything that makes me feel who I know I am, or who I know I am capable of being? It is likely that you are in a loop and you are being closed, whether you're aware of it or not. On some level, your mind is closed to whatever is beyond that, and you're suppressing your heart. Don't allow yourself to suppress your heart. Your heart is going to guide you, but it takes some inner work to be able to get your heart, to give your heart a voice, to be able to really tune into it, to understand how it feels. People ask you all the time, oh, how are you doing? How do you feel? Everybody says, I'm okay, I'm fine. And you know damn well that you're not. You know that you're going through it. You know that something's off. You know something's been off for a while. But are you able to hear your heart? Are you able to understand your heart? Are you running a program where you understand your heart, you hear your heart, but you're still doing the thing that's hurting it? You're still doing the thing that says, hey, I don't need to follow that. I don't need to listen to that. Because everybody taught you that you should fulfill their wishes, or people taught you that you are unimportant, and then you believed them, when in reality you're so essential. When in reality, when you actually start living within your own expression of your heart and you start embodying who you are truly, not this suppressed, repressed version of you, but the version of you that is open, the version of you that enjoys life. I don't want anybody here to leave this earth without realizing how precious life is. Life is extremely precious. It's so sweet. It's so subtle. It's absolutely incredible. And it is a blessing to be here. So when the lights go out, I don't want that to be the moment that you realize it. It's okay if it takes that much. You know? If it takes losing your life, or if it takes losing a loved one to realize how precious life is, so be it. Be aware that when you tune in, devoid of what everybody thinks, devoid of what you think, you're going to be able to sense it, you're going to be able to amplify it and build momentum off of it. You don't have to force yourself to be better. You don't have to force yourself to do anything. You have to understand that you are a soul. And the quality of your soul's expression matters. The quality of the soul that you are matters. Right? Some people say, you know, like, you're a soul in a body. Some people say your body is in your soul. Either way, just allow yourself to tune in to who you truly are. Tune in to what you truly want. And be conscious of when it is coming from you and when it is coming from something else. When it is a desire that is of your own, and when it is a desire that has been imposed on you and has been beaten into you, has been force-fed into you. And regain your own sovereignty, regain your own autonomy. You don't need anybody to tell you anything. At the end of the day, it's going to come to a point where nothing anybody tells you is not going to be interesting anymore. It's not going to fulfill you anymore. It's not going to move you. It's not going to sway you. Not even what you think is going to be enough for you anymore. And until then, you can at least give yourself the grace. You can at least give yourself the space to feel again.